name is Marlena. I am 23 years old and I'm a station operations coordinator. So basically, I spend all day talking to pilots and coordinating on how much fuel they need, letting them know how many passengers and how many bags they're going to have. I've been working at the airport since I was 18 years old, so I live for it. I love what I do. I started off as a CSA agent, checking passengers in, bringing them to the gate, assisting them all the way through until they got on the aircraft. So now, then I became a cross-trained agent, so I started working the ramp as well, loading bags and all of the above. So I was well experienced on both upstairs and downstairs. Um, Now that I'm an operations coordinator, I basically oversee the whole operation. So I see from the upstairs point of view as to how many passengers checked in, how many passengers are left to check in, how many bags we have, and everything. So I'm the connection between the CSA, the ramp, and the pilots. So we had a snowstorm. Well, we had a couple, but we had a big snowstorm in January where we were completely short-staffed. There were no passengers. There were no bags on the ramp. So as at that time being, I was on the ramp. All of the ramp agents were able to go home. And the girls upstairs, there was only two girls working. The two girls upstairs were stuck by themselves as the ramp agents went home. We all got paid the same 8 hours. So after those 8 hours, after like 2 hours of being there, everyone decided to go home. Everyone on the ramp went home, knowing that the two girls that were upstairs were alone. I chose to go upstairs and help them, even though I had the option to go home and get paid the same amount of money. That was my way of going above and beyond. My job is very team oriented. So my industry, the airline industry period, you have to be able to work well as like on a team. If you're not working together, if the gate isn't checking the passengers' boarding passes on time, then we have problems when we get out on the aircraft. It is a whole team environment. So there was one time where there was an aircraft coming in that declared state of emergency. At the time, the people who worked upstairs, the gate agents, counter agents, no one knows how to deal with those situations. The ramp team has to handle things differently. So we all worked together, basically broke everything up and decided who was going to do what, and got everyone working together to make those passengers feel comfortable. So to make sure they were comfortable, they felt safe, and they were fine. We accommodated them, got them all their hotels, and did everything. It was a pretty stressful day, but we handled it. So now for working under pressure. Last Friday, I worked under a lot of pressure because we had, in Boston, it was a lot of rain, severe rain, a lot of fog. Logan Airport did what's called the ground delay program, where they they limited the amount of planes that could land per hour. For the whole airport, only 36 aircrafts could land. Being the station operations coordinator that day, the person on duty and the person that got stuck there that day, that shift, those 10 hours, it was from 2 p.m. to midnight that the ground delay program was in effect. So we had to basically condense our flights. I spent the first 2 hours of my shift calling all the passengers that were leaving late at night. When we had planes that were leaving half empty, we had to call the passengers, have them come in early. I had to turn 45 flights into 20. And with the help of my team, of course, and working under as quick and efficiently as possible, I was able to get to condense it to actually 17 flights out instead of 45 that we had for the afternoon shift. So it was by far one of the most stressful shifts I've ever had. But we were able to get it done. Everything was out and about, and we actually left early that day because all the night flight people, all the passengers showed up earlier. So recently we had 2 new hires that showed up because they were confused on the day that they were supposed to be there. So being one of the senior agents on that shift, I took the initiative of having them shadow me instead of having them go home, because One of them lives in Rhode Island, the other one lives in New Hampshire. They drove from far to come get trained, but the trainer was on vacation. So what we did was I took the initiative of pairing the two new agents with the senior agents. One I took one, and the other one was with one of the other senior agents. They were there for the whole 8 hour shifts. Everything worked out great. They actually ended up getting signed off 2 days later, so everything did work out well. So overall, I see myself as a very diverse person. I like to talk to everyone. I like to get to know their cultures. I like to know things, and I like to try new things. So, with that being said, in aspects of the aviation industry, which is where I am right now, I have worked above wing, below wing, everywhere. I've done it all, and I love everything about it. So, I hope everyone understands everything is clear, and have a great night.